Greetings, this is the Timeshare Traveler. Today is episode 60, 5 timeshare habits that help me learn. So I'll go through the overview of each one of them, and then I'll go into all the details of them, of my 5 favorite habits. But before I do that, let me tell you a little bit about my channel, then I'll drop right into the overview and all the details.
Hi, my name is Cliff and I'm the Timeshare Traveler. The purpose of this channel is to provide education and knowledge for those interested in timeshares. I've been a timeshare owner for over 15 years. I'm an elite owner with Marriott Vacation Club, Hilton Grand Vacations, and Worldmark by Wyndham. I've also posted over 70 timeshare video reviews of different locations, and I've posted 40 timeshare video tips. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below, and I can be found at Timeshare Trav on Twitter and Facebook, and my website is www.timesharetraveler.com.
I'm back. So now I'm going to go over the overview of my 5 habits that help me learn more about timeshares. The first habit is a sales presentation as a way to learn. Again, I don't look at them as adversarial. I look at them as what's the opportunity in it for me, and I try to get a little bit better every time I go to a sales presentation. The next one is hot tubs. That's where you learn what other people do. People are chatting, they're on holiday, and usually you can learn a lot of things about places you haven't been. So you sit in a hot tub. Oh, I've been here, I've been there. You share. It's kind of fun. Meet other people. My third one is join TUG, which is Timeshare User Group. It's a great group with lots of expertise, so I highly recommend it. And the next one is ask people what they don't like about timeshares. There's a lot of criticisms out there in the world about it, and usually if you ask, you can find out, maybe there's something that happened to them that might happen to you, or maybe you can sort of help them. So it's, again, I don't go randomly asking people on the street, but anyway, we'll talk more about that. And then use metrics to measure success. Again, if you want to get better, the only way to do it is measure what you're doing and continue to get better. So that's the overview. So let me go into each one of them one by one. Well, this is my favorite one. I actually use sales presentations as a way to learn. So many people are fearful or don't want to do them, run away from them because it's all the pressure. But I always have at least 2 questions ready for each presentation. For something I want to learn. And the bottom line is, by doing that, I actually turn the sales presentation into something that I want, not something that's going to provide pressure. And of course, they're still going to try to sell me on something, but at least it starts from a position of what I want to learn, what maybe I want to get out of it. You do actually learn what the salespeople think you need, and you don't have to agree with them. You don't have to buy. Good salespeople have good tips. Bad ones don't have any tips. And when you run into a bad one, it's so obvious that all they want to do is sell to you. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested. If they can't show value, not even interested. The other reason to do it is you get points. I never take the money. I always do the hotel points, and in many cases, the hotel points turn into staying at timeshares because I like they're better for me. And just to give you a perspective, I've earned, and I'm a little obsessive, I've earned over 40 free nights each year for the last 3 years. Yes, you heard that right. I've earned enough points to stay 40 free nights in hotels the last 3 years. So that's 120 nights. It's almost a third of a year. So that can be profitable as well as learning a lot. Hot tubs are where you learn what others do. Yeah, there was a movie years ago called The Hot Tub Time Machine, and this is kind of a timeshare version of that. Again, most often you're in the hot tub, and usually the hot tubs are large, and there's usually other people in there. Most often they're other timeshare owners, and you can learn about places you haven't been within the timeshare network. I'm mostly on the West Coast or in Hawaii, but I've learned a lot about East Coast places from people. And they've learned a lot about places because I've been up and down the coast. So it's kind of a sharing what they like about places, and it allows you to plan your next trip. So I have a lot of fun doing that. And the other thing you can learn about is what's the hot marketing program? What are the salespeople, what marketing program are they on, and why did they do it? And what what are the results the salespeople are saying, because maybe you haven't had your presentation, or maybe you can tell the people what you had in your presentation and what they were selling. So again, it's just it's kind of interesting. You meet, it's a chance to meet new people, and that's part of my interest in traveling, is meeting people and we're like-minded people typically. So it's just a good way to learn. My next one is join TUG, which stands for Timeshare User Group, and TUG is full of friendly experts who collectively know timeshares better than me, or probably, well, actually better than anyone. And you can ask questions to the group. It's really cool. It's like a chat. It's a chat group, and targeted for timeshares. And it's really targeted for how to get the most out of your timeshare, not to complain. It's not that. And it's a team of experts. Everyone started out a beginner, and really no dumb questions. I've asked what were kind of off the wall questions, but I got a lot of interesting dialogue, and I've learned a lot from that. And it's been probably the best decision I ever made of all of the others. This is probably the best one. And I always learn when I ask, even when I realize I've been doing it wrong the whole time. I do have that feeling of feeling stupid, but it really would be stupid not to ask the question and not to get better. So I can't recommend any stronger idea than joining the Timeshare User Group. It's a great group, and you'll run into me from time to time, because I'm on there from time to time learning and helping others. Next is ask people why they don't like timeshares. I have friends who, when they hear I'm traveling in timeshares, in this case I'm actually on a 6-month straight timeshare, they look at me and they go, "Oh, that's horrible, blah blah blah." Well, ask why. It's similar in the sense to tug in the sense that you ask people when something doesn't match with your reality, and obviously my reality is a positive one with regards to timeshares. When people have negative opinions, it doesn't hurt to ask. I think having a dialogue with people instead of being so polarized as our world seems to be at the moment would be a better way to be. I have friends who think I made a really big mistake because of their bad experience, but then when they see what I'm doing, they go, often the conversation leads to, well, I haven't really used it, but now how do I do that? And I end up helping them, and then they start to use it and start to enjoy it. So again, I think it never hurts to ask other people, and particularly those who might not agree with you, because maybe they have a point, and it never hurts again. A lifelong learning experience includes asking those who've had bad experiences. Possibly you can help, or possibly you can learn. And now my last topic, which is use metrics to measure success. Most people, and there's an old adage that says, if you don't measure it, you won't get better at it. And so I kind of use that. I love, it's the heart and the head. So the heart of enjoying my time in timeshares, going to wonderful places, that's fabulous. But also I want to use my head to make sure that I'm not just, romantically doing something and then doing something financially stupid. So I have a spreadsheet that tracks how I can use my timeshares based on my maintenance costs. And so how many nights can I stay in a different size unit based on the number of points it takes to stay in a place? How much does it cost me for a week in the sense of maintenance fees? All that stuff is tracked, and I have it across all of the timeshare companies, and I have Hilton, Worldmark, Marriott, and Vistana, which Marriott and Vistana eventually will merge. At least I believe so. And so I can compare those with the cost, and then it's sort of a value conversation depending on, because in many locations there's one or both, or all three of them, or all four of them at the same location, and you have a choice of where you want to stay. And I track how my points I've earned by attending sales presentations. That's how I know I actually have done more than 40 free nights for the last 3 years. And I track marketing stays. I typically have, I try to do one a year from each timeshare company, and that costs me a little bit of money, but it's really less than maintenance fees to do that. And so, I learn by doing that, and I track that and make sure that I get the benefits from that. So anyway, those are I hope you enjoyed the sort of my top 5 habits that I do, and hopefully there's a little bit of information that you glean from this that will help you on your journey. So I hope you will subscribe to my channel and follow future tips.